What's going on, y'all? It's your main man, Big Wayne, D-I-E-S-E, to the airport live for an episode of Call the High Seas. You know how I do, Mr. Diesel. Talking about, well, everybody talking about it. The Rockets, Westbrook, Harden. And by and large, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. A lot of people don't seem to think this is going to work. A lot of people don't seem to think this is going to work. Why are they saying it's not going to work? Oh, they had the highest usage rates, ball dominant, ball hogging, this, that, and the third. And the team guy, both of them had their own team. They all going to take a back seat. They going to take a back seat to this, and they going to do that. Let me explain something to y'all. Let's assume you invite me over to your house for a cookout. You invite me over to your house for a cookout. All right. Cool. Now, mind you, I can grill. I can grill. I can cook. All right. I come over there. I'm putting shoes on the couch. I'm like, no, you can't grill like this. You can't do that. You got to do it like that. I like my burgers like that. No, you can't use this kind of charcoal. You can't do it like that. No, don't invite him over here. Don't do that. I want to sit on this end of the couch. Hey, man, we watching this. You need to call him. No, I'm going to show you how to grill for real. You just sit back. I'm not going to do all that trying to go to your house calling the shots. That's your house. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody talking about Westbrook. Oh, he ain't going to change. That's not his house. That's not his house. Yeah, he moving in, but it's not his house. So he ain't going to go in just calling big dog shots. But on the flip side, as a house guest, you want to be accommodable. You want to accommodate them so they can be comfortable. So things are going to change. You're going to have to give a little bit as a guest, and the homeowner and the invitee is going to have to make accommodations as well. You understand what I'm saying? For instance, I remember I had a roommate. Shout out to the Quiet Entertainer. We were roommates. You know what I mean? He made accommodations. I made accommodations, and we got along good. Everything was great. And to this day, the best roommate I ever had. Shout out to QE again. Anyway, it was a combination. They're roommates now, so they think, oh, how it's gonna work, how it's gonna work, how it's gonna work. Well, we talking about in the basketball sense, how it's gonna work. Number one, they tight. They tight and they boys. So with that in mind, that's important because you're willing to do things for your friends that you may not do for somebody. You just kind of, okay, cool. Yeah, cool. All right. You know, you'll go that extra mile for your boy because it's your boy. He pushed for this trade, so he sees something that he hadn't got there before. And we seen what the Rockets have been doing. They ain't been doing that. And we know what Westbrook been doing, you know, been out since he pretty much been solo on the island. Cool. Now, so accommodations are going to be made. How it's going to work, I'm going to tell you how it's going to work. Like I've been telling y'all, I like Westbrook playing off the ball a little more than just being a primary ball handler thing. And that's great because that's not going to happen. That's going to happen now. All that driving 1,000 miles per hour, it's not going to happen like that no more. Because see, how Westbrook has the ball and how Harden has the ball are two totally different styles. If they played the same way, I'd be singing a different song. See, Harden, he'll sit there, he'll pat that thing, he'll sit there, step, dribble back, up, whoop, wop, the bam. Westbrook, 1,000 miles an hour. They coming together. So you know what that does? It opens up a whole new offense. Now, remember, I used to call James Harden empty calories. He empty calories, but guess what? Now, he got a double XL burrito. The deluxe. With the shrimp, the steak, the chicken, and the rice. And guacamole, that's your thing. Because Westbrook is coming with everything. He coming with everything you got. From pedal to the metal. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Overtime if necessary. He going all the way. Now, he ain't got to hit it that hard no more. So on the fast break, Russ can hit that thing 1,000 miles per hour. James Harden can run. He can run off the ball a little bit. That's going to work. It's going to work on the fast break. Now, if they catch a half-court offense, okay, that's great. I feel like James is better suited for a half-court style offense. And now Russ can work off the ball a little bit. He can catch a slash. Or they can set a whole another play. Or you like Westbrook, Harden playing point guard playmaker, because that's kind of what he does. He can catch Russ coming on a backdoor screen, kick it to him, kick it out. Harden right there. They work perfectly together. They work perfectly together. On a other note, James Harden don't have to do everything no more. He don't got to do everything no more. So all this talking about triple-double, that's going to go down, because when they played together before, they was getting, their numbers went down. But if you think about it, Russell's numbers didn't go up until everybody left. All the triple-doubles. So they didn't happen until he was left on the island by himself. When he had the team, he was more team-friendly. Look at the numbers. They there. And them are more numbers that's conducive to what I like. And what I think is more conducive to winning. And it shows because they was getting farther in the playoffs when they were together. And now, they're not the same. I've heard, they was babies then. Well, guess what? They better now. So if they could do good as a lesser version of themselves, then why would I not believe that they can do even better now? Granted, they don't got KD. Okay, that's cool. But in this scenario, I don't feel like they need KD. I don't feel like they need KD. Because like I said, Russ is a better player. Harden's a better player. And you can kind of counteract that. Their games really complement each other well. And you couldn't count on Chris Paul for a go-to bucket or just that rigorous. Because number one, we don't know if he's going to be healthy. And number two, he's more facilitator. Russ is not facilitator. He's more aggressive. I think he's more attack dog. I think he need to be playing off the two. So now they can kind of switch roles. Russ can play points sometimes. James can play points sometimes. This is gonna work. I don't see why people saying this is not gonna work. Because they're not gonna play the same way. They don't have to play the same way. It's like me. If I'm doing, I've done shows by myself, the solo act, and I go out. How I rap when I'm by myself and how I am if I'm doing a show or sharing the stage with somebody. It's two different things, so you got to accommodate. You don't want to overpower your teammate. You understand? It's the same thing. You're not going to sit there and act like... Look, there's a big difference between Thabo Cephalosha and Russell Westbrook. There's a big difference. All right? There's a big difference between James Harden and Chris Paul. There's a big difference. So now, and let's not forget, the roster is good too. Eric Gordon, Fareed, a lot of these people is going to accommodate that. So they can take lesser roles. They can do something they didn't have to do before. They're going to be the same guy, but it's going to be different. Just like whether you taking a roommate in or being a house guest, you make accommodations. Or if you want to be single, or if you're in a relationship. It's the same thing. The same way you act single ain't going to be the same way you would act in a relationship. Or at least I'd hope not. You make accommodations. And that's the same thing here. Basketball and life really ain't that big a difference, y'all. It's going to be accommodations. So if you think Westbrook just going to go in there acting like he been there 50 damn years and he going to just go and pedal to the metal all the time and act like he don't have a Harden, because when he had a Harden, we saw what he did. And they did well. And why he left, it wasn't about Westbrook. It was a money thing, and that was an OKC thing. Everybody know that. And everybody excited. And like I said, you're going to make, between making accommodations for your boy, between you actually having help, and you not having to do as much as you would usually do. And as a result, Westbrook ain't going to be as spent in the playoffs, and Harden ain't going to be as spent in the playoffs. They can pick each other up where they was down. In life, sometimes you need somebody to just push you over that hill. And they complement each other well. I might be right. I may be wrong. This could be a disaster. It could be nothing. I think it's going to work, and I'm not going to lie. I got them as title favorites, and I think they better than both LA teams. I do. I got Rockets, Philly in the finals. That's what I believe. If somebody asks me, Wayne, who going to win it all? Houston. That's what I think. I'm all in on that. I think they're gonna win it. Because and look, it goes against my theory. You know how I feel about You know, and it plays to, it goes against my theory of having God like more of like a forward type thing. But I've also said I don't think you can win with Westbrook as your best player. Yeah, I love Russ, and I think he get a lot of unfair hate. But I've also said you can't win with him as your best player. Guess what? He is not the Rockets' best player. James Harden is their best player. Now we can see Westbrook in where he's supposed to be. Because that's really what kind of messed. I felt like they kind of acted like Russ was like the big dog, the best one out of the big three when they was in together. I was like, okay, see, I think, you know, growing in life, you realize things that you didn't see before. So you realize you may not have been what you thought. And life's about knowing what you are too. And I think Russ can kind of take that role, or they might subconsciously just slide into it. It might just be an organic process. I don't think Russ is the best player on that team. I think he's the second best player. Can you win with James Harden as the main guy? I think you can, because one, he playing on the wing, and two, he ain't gonna be as used and spent and beat up and wore out like I'd predict like I predicted in the season. He ain't gonna be doing that much. And now, guess what? He ain't got to crush and run to the foul line. He's not dependent on the foul line to him. He don't got to do that and just run and crash into the paint. Because guess what? He got Westbrook. So he can sit there and chill on the perimeter. Drive and kick and drive. I don't see what's so hard about this. I guess I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm just calling it how I see it. Y'all take it easy.